Last time was 45-minute wait.
Halfway through the trek,
There's nobody so far.
Here in this moment. Space
Right, Lori?
on the trek is limited, so be certain to
Right,
book
Lori?
your adventure in advance.
Right, Lori? Give me your hand. Okay, I'll just hold your wrist.
Show the animals.
Oh yeah, look at crown cranes. Where are the tortoises at? Wonder where they went to. Welcome to Animal Kingdom. Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're on the safari. This 10-minute wait. We'll see.
So she said tigers sleep 8 sleep, right?
So we waited in this long line earlier.
Lions sleep 20.
Lions sleep 20 hours?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Mm-mm.
Mom, that's crazy. I would never do that. But I want to.
No, you won't. You better sleep.
Happy birthday! Is the loading zone also. Zone 1 is where you'll stand just before you board your vehicle. Zone 2 is
That's slippery?
immediately behind it.
Ground's a little
As
slippery.
you move out into Zone 2, please note the 4 circles at your feet in each row of the zone. Each row can comfortably seat 4 adults.
It's a lot hotter now. We're gonna see if the heat changes or not. Yes. Oh, the 4 of us. To the left.
The vehicle will
This is where we hit the stopping point. Yeah, it's a heck of a lot better. Last time we weren't even close. We were way out there. This is really slippery. The ground is slippery.
Jumbo, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you people group together, keep up with the party run, and fill in all the available space. It is not necessary to walk a single mile on it. If you are traveling with a stroller, please have your back unloaded before you reach our stroller parking area. If you are traveling with someone in a seatbelt wheelchair, please have this person use the parking garage. This will help with your wait time to a minute. Once again, please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. Thank you for touring Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we go wide. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Before we begin,
Hey guys, how many?
you should know that the unpaved roads of the Arabic Wildlife Reserve has been rough and remaining.
Look at that. Perfect timing.
And so you chose your safari.
Any small children that are on board, you can show them sitting on the side so you can see them so much clearer. Oh, my friend.
You're good.
Please watch your birds.
It's not like the last one where we had a whole bunch of room. But hopefully we won't get wet on this one.
Asante Sana Warden, which means thank you in Swahili. Jumbo, everybody,
Good
and
move over
good
there.
afternoon. My name is Juliana, and I'll be your safari guide today. Before we get started with our pretty
see.
long journey,
Say it's gonna be,
however, have to go over some safety. Please make sure to keep your arms,
It was
hands, feet,
a lot
and
cooler
legs
last
inside
time.
this vehicle at all
Earlier.
times. And please, please, please make sure you're staying seated at all times. It is a pretty bumpy ride out there. I'm definitely driving this truck. So that means no standing at any point in time, no seat swapping at any point in time, and making sure our lap sitting children are staying seated on our laps the entire time. If you look above your heads, you will see an animal spotting guide. Now, I won't guarantee we'll see every single animal that's pictured up there. More than welcome to take videos and photos of those animals. Your photos on live or even sports mode, because of course the animals, they never stop moving. I definitely recommend turning off those flashes, because as you can tell, We definitely don't need those flashes on right now. If you guys do happen to drop anything outside of this truck, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to stop. You're not allowed to get out. So just tell me what you dropped, where you dropped it, and I'll try my best to radio it out as soon as possible. Now, we do have to wait just a few more seconds out here to get that all clear before we get started. And
There
it
it
looks like
is.
we're getting that from that warden. So we will be starting our journey into the Little Ature Forest. Now, out here, the animals are pretty shy. They do like to hide behind those trees, behind those bushes, or even in the grass. So do keep your eyes peeled out for them. They do tend to camouflage pretty well with their surroundings. So really,
There's a big
do keep those eyes
stork
wide
or whatever.
open. Out there on our right hand side, you can see the okapi. Now, the okapis are the only living relatives of the giraffe. Now, they do have those zebra-like stripes, so at
It's a
times
big
they do get
stork
mistaken
or
related to zebras
something.
because of those stripes. But again, they're related to giraffes. They got that prehensile tongue that basically helps them grab onto things. So just like how our fingers are able to grab onto things, their tongues are able to do that. Out here on our left, you see a pretty big black and white bird, as we know it as a saddle-billed stork. Now, these guys are known to have a wingspan of 9 feet wide, which is as wide as that canopy high above your heads. They do get their name for that yellow saddle that we kind of just saw. That kind of sits right up there on top of their bill. That's just where they get their names from. Now, the saddle-bill stork that we did just see was a male saddle-bill stork. A great way to tell the difference is based off their eye
Oh,
colors.
look at a rhino.
Because usually their eyes are darker.
Rhino
brown.
out there.
While the female's eyes are usually a little bit more of a golden color to theirs. Oh my god. Now, we are going to see the black rhino out here on our left-hand side. The black rhinos are known to be the smallest of the 2 rhinos in Africa. They have a pretty small jaw, so they typically tend to graze up high instead of down low. Now, they are pretty solitary animals, so they do prefer to stay alone, but out in the wild, for the male black rhinos, their boundaries do tend to cross each other from time to time. Out here, you might be
there's
able to
one right
spot on our right-hand side, the greater kudu would be the grayish animals that are closest to us, and then the very far back, you
they're
see
really
the
close.
bongos with the horns on top of their heads out there. Now, the greater kudus, only the males will have horns. The females, as you can tell, they don't have any horns at all. But if you were able to spot the bongos that are all the way up that hill, they all have horns and they're hard as a helmet, so it does help them out a lot for defense or to even dig up roots around them. We are about to catch a break from this side. We are going to enter that Safi River area. Now, the Safi River, of course, is home to the aquatic animals. So keep your eyes peeled out for any kind of bubbles, any kind of shadows, or any kind of movement at all. Now, if you do happen to see those things, don't be afraid to shout it out. Don't be afraid to point it out. And, of course, I'll do my best to shout it out and point it out for you guys as well. Now, let's see if we'll be able to spot any of them out here. It looks like we are going to be able to see the pink-backed pelicans out here on our right. The pink-backed pelicans, their pink bells will show up during their mating season. So they're like grayish-white bellies, which turn like a pinkish blush color. Now, they also have some pink bellies as well under their wings. Now, these guys are also known to have a wingspan of 9 feet wide, just like the saddle-bill stork that we did just see earlier. Now, these pelicans are the only known pelicans that pretty much make their nest pretty low to the ground instead of up high in those trees. Let's see if we'll be able to see anything out here. Now, do keep your eyes peeled out to the left. Let's see if we'll be able to see any kind of movement at all. Looks like I don't see anything out there, so we are just going to keep on moving forward. It's all right. We'll definitely see some more animals as we keep moving on. So let's see if we will spot our friends the Nile crocodiles. Now, we got one in the water that's closest to us, and we got like 2 more in the very far back. So as we keep moving across this bridge, you might be able to spot the other 3. Now, the Nile crocodiles are known to be the largest reptiles
Wow.
in
Yeah,
Africa.
they're
They
big.
tend to average around 16 feet long. Now, despite being that large in size and having all those razor-sharp teeth, the Nile crocodiles are known to help their young hatch by gently rolling their heads in their mouth. Now, once those baby crocodiles are fully hatched, they usually just kind of stay in their mother's mouth. That way, they can protect it from any other predators that might be out there. We are about to catch a break from this forest. We'll be heading into the savannah pretty soon. Now, of course, the savannah is going to be home to Africa's most famous animals, so hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to see a lot of them out here today. Let's get ready to see a lot of wildebeest out and about right now. I also do spot a little bit of this little springboks as well. So once you get down below this hill, we get a really good view of all of them. All right, now looks like we're gonna get a really good view of a bunch of wildebeest, the springboks. We got some Maasai giraffe walking back there, and we got the Ankole cattle with the massive horns sitting out in the middle as well. Of course, you can see a lot of wildebeest out in the savannah. They are pretty social animals. They'll stay in herds up to hundreds and hundreds of individuals. They are also known to be migratory animals. You'll see them migrating with zebras, or you'll see up to 1.5 million wildebeest migrating over 500 to almost 1,000 miles. Now the springboks are that little tiny antelopes, so that beige color with that little like brown stripe on the side. Now despite being that small, they are able to jump up to 6 feet in the air and leap 13 feet forward. They are also able to run up to 50 miles per hour, so they are pretty fast on those little legs of theirs. Now those Ankole cattle out there that we are seeing, we'll get a better view as we get closer to them. They are the only domesticated animals that are out here on this reserve. Now they were originally domesticated by the Watusi peoples. They're also known to be the Watusi cattle as well. Now coming out here on our left hand side though, we are going to see the African painted dogs. I do see 2 of them inside the den out there. We will stop for a second to get a good view. We got 2 in the den and then like 1 or 2 more outside of it on this side as well. Now these African painted dogs, despite being this small in size, they are known to be the successful hunters of the savannah. They typically like to hunt in some pretty large packs. Now their spots are unique to them, just like our fingerprints are unique to us, so we are able to tell the difference of those guys just based off their spot patterns alone. In the very far back out here on our left, we are going to see the sable antelopes, that reddish brownish antelopes that are out there. Now these guys are known to be the bravest animals that are out on this reserve. During those fight or flight situations, those guys will actually stand their ground and they will fight right back. Now we did find that pretty admirable of them, so we did make them the emblem of the reserve. So anytime you look at that Harambe Reserve sign, you will be looking at a sable antelope. Now look, we are going to be seeing a lot of those Maasai giraffes out here pretty soon. It'll look like they're going to be all on our left hand side once we kind of make this bend around. And when they are in their groups like this, they are going to be known as a tower. So currently we are seeing that tower of giraffes. Now these guys can grow up to 18 to 20 feet tall, and when those baby giraffes are born, they're already 6 feet tall, which is taller than the average human. Now we're gonna get a really good view of this like female giraffe that's right over here. She's gonna be coming up on our left, unless she decides she wants to cross the way, but she'll be out there. Now of course they do have that prehensile tongue, just like their relative, the okapis. And it really helps them out a lot to grab those leaves high above their heads. Now, giraffe tongues are roughly around 18 inches long. If you want to know how long that is, for a full-grown adult, if you measure your fingertips to your elbow, that is 18 inches right there. That's how long their tongues can honestly really get.
Another one cross.
Well, this is great. Now, it looks like we are having a little bit of a giraffe jam. There is actually a giraffe all the way out there standing in front of the truck. So that's why we're stopped right now, for any of us that are wondering why we're not moving. All the way back there, you might be able to see the giraffe staring out this way, standing in front of the truck. Now the animals out here, they do have the right of way. So if they decide that they want to stand in the middle of the pathway, we do have to stop. If they decide they want to cross, we do have to stop for them. But at least we get to see the Ankole cattle that are out here, the springboks, the wildebeest, and of course this giraffe that is out here on our right. Hopefully we'll get back on the move, so sit back, relax, and we'll get back.
If you can. Still chilling. Did you get it? Try that?
We are stopped. There's another giraffe in front of us.
That one I like the shape.
Now, there is a baby giraffe. He's currently eating right now. If you haven't or aren't able to see him just yet, once we kind of make this little tiny like half circle around, he's going to be right over here, right past this green truck. He's like now roughly around 7 feet tall. He's probably like 6 months old now, roughly around there. So we'll get a really good view of him like later down the line, just for anyone that's really want to see a baby giraffe today.
Right over this guy's head. That's what it is. Well, that's why next was having to do
Now, our friend the giraffe that's all the way out there blocking the truck, they're trying their best to move her out of the way, but you can literally see the animals broken people, that's who takes care of all the animals that are out here, waving the leaf around. So they can be pretty stubborn. Sometimes they don't want to move out of the way. So hopefully we get back on the move. You guys might be able to see the waving their arms in the air, trying to move the giraffe.
Let's see. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They're out of the truck over there.
No, for real.
I've never
She's
seen this.
not wanting to move at all.
Look at that.
They're not afraid of us. I ain't even telling them.
Mm-hmm.
They're all protecting the little.
Yes, I
Yeah,
got
the other ones are going over there. Oh, now it's moving. It's moving now.
It'd be nice. Get it up close.
Oh, it looks like our friend the giraffe had finally moved out of the way. Now we will be moving pretty poly out here. If you don't know what poly means, oh my god, it means slow. So we're probably gonna go slow for a while out here. If you guys are watching the giraffes out there, you probably saw what I just saw. I'm not gonna mention what just happened, but if you saw it, you probably know I just saw. But we are going to see the Ankole cattle's a little bit better out here on our right-hand side. Now these guys, as you can tell, like I said, they have that massive horns on top of their heads. Now they may look pretty heavy because look how big and honestly get. But inside those horns, it's hollow, having a little bit more of a honeycomb structure where blood is actually flowing up and down those horns, helping these pretty big animals cool off. So they're pretty light on top of their heads. Now here is like that baby giraffe that I was talking about earlier. Here's a little bit of a better view of him out there on our left. And we are getting a really good view of Morris Springboks and of course the wildebeest out here as well. The wildebeest, you might notice their eyes are pretty far apart on their heads. It actually gives them an advantage for when they are grazing with their heads down low. They're able to kind of get a pretty good viewing of the entire area when they're doing that, trying to like kind of watch out for predators. The elands, they are hiding away right now. I do see them. If you guys want to try to find them, you guys are more than welcome to. They're going to be out here coming up on our left. You can see the male kind of like twitching his ears around, but it's a little bit easier to find that female eland right over here past the really tall grass. You might be able to spot her just a little bit out there. Now, they both do have horns. The female horns are usually a lot longer and thinner, while the male horns are a lot shorter and thicker in comparison. Now, here's that lettuce that the animals program people was trying to entice the giraffes with. That's what he was waving around. And that's our friend the giraffe that was causing our little traffic jam. Look at her walking around out there. Now we are going to see some more giraffes one more time. There are a lot of them out here. Once again, when they are in their groups, they are going to be known as that tower. So we did see that tower kind of happen out there. It looks like we do have like one more right out here on our left-hand side before we kind of move on. Hopefully we'll be able to spot some more animals around here. Of course, every single animal out here are very, very important for the savanna's ecosystem, but the key species of it all is going to be the African elephants, which I really hope that we get to see like later down the line. Now, elephants can't fully digest certain types of seeds, so when they go poop, their poop does act like a fertilizers for those seeds, which basically helps replenish the plant life, which helps feed the animals that mainly eat those vegetation, which is pretty important because they do need to eat. As you can tell, they are always constantly eating throughout the entire day. Let's see if we'll even be able to spot any of our friends, the African elephants out here. So they do like to kind of like go in the back for a little while. It looks like I don't see any of them kind of out here right now, so we'll just keep on moving forward. There's a good chance it might be around that bend out there, so do keep your eyes peeled out once our friends kind of pass out that way.
Wildebeest.
More, please.
Let's see, looks like I do see it here. So kind of like the tall grass, you might be able to kind of catch a little bit of a glimpse of those African elephants. Are kind of like right past this way. Once we kind of come over this way and check out the greater flamingos, we get a really good view of them just a little bit, but they are going to be out there. But like I said, we are going to see the greater flamingos out here, and they are a little more of a lighter shade of pink, but they still get their beautiful pink color from their diet. Now when flamingos hatch, they're either a white or grayish color. It usually takes them around 2 years to get their full pink color. So you actually might be able to notice a few of them still have the gray on the top of the heads or even on the back of their necks still. Now what's really cool, inside their beaks they do have a filter, so they're able to filter things out to get to their food pretty quickly. These guys are pretty social animals. They'll actually stay in their groups. You rarely will ever see a flamingo alone. They're always going to be in their groups known as a flamboyant. So currently, we are seeing that flamboyance of greater flamingos. Now, we are going to enter the denser part of the savanna out here. Out on this side, the animals, they do like to hide in the shade of the palm trees, especially in the bushes as well. And they're pretty big, so they're pretty easy to spot. Looks like I do see a few of them out there. We are going to see the white rhinos. But also, we might be able to see the elephants that are out here on our left-hand side.
They're hiding right behind
out there. Now these white rhinos that we are about to see out there on our left, these guys are known to be the largest of the two rhinos in Africa, making the black rhino that we saw earlier smaller than these guys. They have a wider jaw, and they usually tend to graze down low instead of up high. In the Afrikaans language, they were known as bite, which means wide because of their wide jaw. Now, there was a huge mistranslation on naming these guys. So, bite almost sounds like white. So, that's why we kind of named these guys those white rhinos. And you might notice they do have that brownish, like reddish tint color to their skin, just like the black rhino that we saw earlier. That's actually just dry mud. Mud does protect these guys from the sun, just like how sunscreen protects us. And it also has like a bunker pump for those pretty big rhinos that are out here. Now we are about to see some cheetahs. They're gonna be coming up out here on our left-hand side, bottom left corner of the base of this tree. There's like two of them out there.
Two of them sitting there.
Now the cheetahs are the fastest land mammals in the world. These guys can go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3 seconds. They are able to run that fast due to their claws. They can't fully retract it all the way like other cats can. So it does help them grip the ground up, run pretty fast out there. Now we are gonna see two more still on our left-hand side, but more up this right-hand corner. There's one sleeping facing us, and then one laying on its side sleeping away. So once we kind of pass through these trees, you might be getting a really good view of the cheetah that's out there. Now what's really cool is that cheetahs can't really roar. They usually do like a chirping sound. Of course, I'm not even doing a chirping sound for you guys, but if you do want to see or want to hear what it sounds like, oh, there's an ostrich right there. You can definitely look it up and how they sound like. Now, we are going to go pretty slow behind this ostrich, even though they are known to be the fastest flightless birds, but as you can tell right now, she's not moving as fast. Now, these guys, I believe, can run up to 45 miles per hour, give or take, so their wings do help them out a lot for balance. You might notice that she has a little bit of a grayish color in comparison. As you can tell, the female ostriches are usually a gray color, while the male's a little bit more of a darker color. Now, out here, you're going to see the lions. We have a female lion right over here, and then the male lion, you kind of see his ear kind of sticking out. Now, the lions do spend around 16 to 20. Oop, she got spooked by something. Now, these lions can sleep around from 16 to 20 hours per day, sleeping and resting. Now, usually they'll do the majority of their hunting at night. The female lions are the ones who do all of that hunting.
No, that's what
while the males will actually stay with their territory and their cubs, protecting them. It looks like our friendly ostrich, she looks like she's going to take her time to get over to the other side. Now, there is another one in the very far back out there, which I'll definitely point out once we get closer. But we do have some water bucks over here, and of course, we do have the white rhinos as well. Now, the water bucks, they do drink a lot of water to the point that their skin does secrete a type of oil that pretty much helps repel water away from them, pretty much keeping them a little bit drier out there. Wants to see a warthog out here today, there's gonna be a hole inside this bush, so just keep your heads turned to the left. You might be able to spot those warthogs sleeping on their sides. Now, they are known to be the largest burrowing animals, meaning they make these burrows that we're seeing out here. They'll actually go back in first into them. That way their razor-sharp tusks will stick out, protect them from any predators that usually don't try to come in. The warthogs are another type of animal that does like to wallow around in mud, helps cool them off and protect their skin. Now, here's another ostrich that's out there. As you can tell, she's just laying out there on our right-hand side. Like I said, mud protects the warthog's skin from the sun, also protects them from bugs, and again, helps them cool off when it's pretty hot out here. Now, coming up on our right, we are going to see the ostrich eggs. They're large, they're off-white, they're so easy to spot. Now, these eggs are pretty strong. If a full-grown adult were to stand right on top of them, they will not break. Now, each egg can weigh around 3 pounds, which is equivalent to 24 chicken eggs, so they are pretty heavy on top of that. And we are about to enter that edge of the reserve. Come by, pay Warren Wilson a visit, check out some of his friends, and of course, hopefully we'll be able to spot them around. It looks like I do spot a few of them kind of sitting on top of Warren Wilson's truck and even on top of his post out here. Now, these guys are going to be known as those Nigerian dwarf goats. Now, these goats are not baby goats. They're full-grown adults. They're just that small and tiny. As you can tell, they do love to sleep. They do love to eat all day, and they're pretty friendly animals and super playful. But due to their very friendly nature, a lot of people tend to want to keep these guys as their pets. But remember, they are animals. They got their needs, just like we do as well. And that goes for any kind of animal out there in the world. Just please make sure we're just doing all of our research. Now, we did see a lot, and I mean a lot of amazing animals out there today. If you do want to help them out right back at home, the most easiest, simplest way that you can do it is to reduce and reuse and recycle. No matter how small, no matter how big, it still makes a pretty big impact for our planet, for us, and for the animals that we all just saw out there today. A great alternative to plastic and wood is going to be bamboo, which is going to be coming up out here on our left. Bamboo is biodegradable meat. It is safer in the environment. They grow faster than trees can grow, so help a lot with deforestation out there. And of course, it can be made into so many things we use in our day-to-day lives, like forks, knives, plates, toilet paper, and so much more. So I do recommend giving bamboo a try. Definitely do your own research on it, because you never know what you might find out. Now, if you guys do want to see more animals out here today, I do recommend Gorilla Falls. It's pretty easy to get there. As soon as you exit our docks, you're gonna go up this like little slope. At the top of that slope, you're gonna turn right. That'll be the entrance to Gorilla Falls. Now, if you don't want to do the walking trail, that is completely fine. You still need to go up that same slope like everybody else. Turn left, cross the bridge, you'll make it out to the rest of the village. Out in Gorilla Falls, of course, you can see some gorillas, some monkeys, hopefully some more hippos, hopefully more okapis, and so much more. Now, the walking trail is roughly around a 20-minute walk, give or take, but you get to take your time and take as many photos of those animals. You go as slow as you want or as fast as you want out there. Now, another great walking trail will be back in Asia. They have the Maharaja Jungle Trek. They got tigers, water buffaloes, some pretty cool looking bats, and of course, so much more as that as well. Now, looks like we are coming up at our stop now here in Haran, but we honestly don't like to say goodbye. It feels a little too final, but we very much love to say Kwaherini, which means go well. So, Kwaherini, guys, go well, go wild, and I hope you guys have a magical day out there in Animal Kingdom. All right, my friends, all right, please watch your arms, hands, feet, and legs. The doors will be opening. And please watch your step. Kwaherini, guys, have a great day out there. Any rules, of course, have your own symbols.
Okay, it's not raining this time at least. That's where you're going. What? Okay.
Huh?
Is that what you said?
I said, yeah.
Yeah. What?
Here, the goats can come out over here, Eric. The goats will come out over here and sit on top of that roof. They did.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We looked around and
Train is going. Just walking this way, guys. So that one wasn't as good as the last one, but everyone is different. What? Oh, we did that already. Yeah, we did that last time. All right. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe. So we did let her do all the talking, most of it, on the trip. It was neat. Had a lot of single-eyed giraffes. We're gonna keep going this way. We are gonna go get some rice. Afternoon snack. We're heading to the Polynesian after this to go get some rice and meatball.
It's closer to a 40-minute wait.
For what? Well, hang on. We gotta go over here and get the.
It's down to 40 minutes.
All right, we'll go this way.
I knew. You know how?
I gotta pee. Restroom, yes. That root beer is going right through me.
What?
That root beer is going right through me. I gotta use a bathroom. So we're gonna get some rice, and there's the Mickey. It's playing some music. That's really cool. What? Oh. There have been a restroom in there, but they're not. What?
Been scared about the storm is shaking.
Aw. Nothing we can do. That's what he does all the time.
I told you to post it.
I think he's just gonna do that.
Who, Brennan? Yeah, probably.
Alright. Had a scratch behind his ear.
Tell him to go on my YouTube channel and watch.
Oh, yeah, we're on YouTube if you want. Yeah, we're just fucking through it. I know, I just said if you want to. I said if we have time.
There's Tree of Life. Oh, it's a little crowded. It's getting a little warm. There's the Tree of Life, which they're changing from A Bug's Life to something else. The show. Okay, the restrooms are right up here, I believe, right? All right, I'm gonna use it. Are you guys gonna use it, or are you good?
Yep. So that's all I
I
have.
see somebody take the camera while I'm doing my thing. All right, guys, I'm gonna end it here, I guess, and then we'll pick it back up later. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, and that's it for now. Bye.